what's the line between, I found this conversation fascinating, the line between comedy and philosophy. Because I feel like the best comics are ones that don't just get you to laugh, but also get you to like think about life.
Right.
Right. Like there's always like a line, which is one reason why like I'm so against the woke culture and censorship inside of comedy specifically, because like I said, comedy is an art form that pushes the envelope, makes you feel a certain way about something, elicits an emotion, and gets you to think about maybe a belief that you have that maybe you shouldn't hold on to too much, or maybe you should hold on to it more. Like, how do you think about those two things?
Oh man, this is like, I think of it a lot where it's just like, you know, comedy has the ability to just fracture darkness. You know, it's kind of like it's like a superpower. You know, there's a way to utilize that as such a cauterizing, you know, the mechanics of it. This question gets my brain spinning, because with woke, I feel like, you know, comedy becomes like Gattaca. It's really like, oh damn, I don't want that. I don't want that in life, and I certainly don't want to walk in and feel this benign, homogenized manila envelope of a stand-up comedy show. The reality in the hardest part about where we're at right now is when you go into a club and you can vibe somebody, you know there's no malice. You know it in that room. So they can say something that may be out of bounds or whatever, and you can understand there's no evildoers in here. But if you film that and take that excerpt, or you take it out of a special and you don't have anything around it context, and you throw it in front of people that are non-fans of that topic, that excerpt suddenly makes you a target, right? And then they want to squash you or cancel you or whatever it might be. So I feel like to be able to walk into a club or a theater and see somebody speak their mind and know and be adult enough to know if this person talks about death, okay, I've been through it. I went through some real rough shit in my life. I understand cancer. I understand there's nothing funny about cancer, but I also know I'm ready to laugh at certain things so that cancer doesn't suddenly close me off for the rest of my life. You know, a great comedy show should incite the idea of these bad things, they didn't do it. They're happening anyway.
They don't hold
They
any power.
already happened, and they're going to continue to happen. And the only thing that any of us in this room can do is laugh at the moment, because we are born into a life of constant tragedy and constant upheaval and constant distraction. And so it's so strange to be like, who's being so precious about these things, even though you're maybe not ready for death? You're not ready to laugh at that. Walk out of the room, leave, take off. But to say, man, you offended me personally, and therefore you must go away.
That means you're not allowed to speak.
You're hurting all the other people that were ready to laugh at that moment. All the people that were helped by that moment. How fucking selfish of you
Everybody
to be the person
should cater
to say,
to how I feel
exactly.
about this.
It's so capsizingly ridiculous.
Damaging.
And I continue to just stress to comics coming up when they go, I'm nervous to say what's on my mind. I say this, listen, is it your truth? Did the weird thing with the words that you're not supposed to say happen to you? Yeah, fucking tell the story. That's your story. That's your truth. It comes with words and actions that happen to you. Did you do the story? Did the story happen to you? Are you firsthand? Did it happen to the person that you love? You can talk about all that. Are you making it up about that person because they look different? Don't do that. You shouldn't. I still won't tell you personally you shouldn't. You're going to learn that on your own. But that kind of ignorance to tell a story that isn't yours to tell, that is the place in stand-up that I feel like there's the weakness that probably then circumvents into harming other comics. The era of just talking about somebody else's way of life and you know nothing about it, it really doesn't make sense. It really probably never has, and it is ignorant. But everything else is fair fucking game as long as those words, those things, those people, that group happen to you. If you're going to bring me through it and out the other end, like I had a bit years ago that was talking about like all the racism that's carved on a bathroom wall. Now, the bit is silly and it's physical, but I'm saying things that were carved on about black people. And I'm saying we're laughing, but look at all the ignorance that somebody took the time to carve on a bathroom stall. And I liked that bit early in my career because I was like, oh, I'm showing a little bit of like, this is the ignorance that's around us. And we were able to laugh at that.
Sure.
So for all those reasons, I feel like, please continue to support comics saying whatever you think might offend you.